What are you doing, Janice? You haven't had your nose out of those papers for an hour now.
Oh, I'm trying to figure out what courses to take next term.
I have to do that, too. What are you taking?
Well, I have to fill one science requirement, and English, and I want to take home economics.
Home economics? Why in the world do you want to take home ec?
Why? Well, because that's something I'm going to need to know, and so are you. We have to learn sometime, Carol.
I'm learning something about homemaking right now. Mother can teach us how to keep house and cook and sew and everything we'll need to get by on.
But I don't want to just get by. If I'm going to be a homemaker the rest of my life, I want to know what I'm doing.
So do I. But personally, I think it's a waste of time to take home ec. What can they teach you in home ec classes that you can't learn right here at home or pick up after you get married?
Well, I don't know, but there's some things I'm sure.
If you find out what it is, you tell me.
All right.
In clothing courses, you'll study the psychology of clothing, the history of costume, and the techniques of dress designing. You'll learn to recognize common fabrics and to distinguish one textile from another. Present-day textiles cannot be selected with confidence just by casual examination because there are so many new man-made fibers and new finishes for the old, familiar, natural fibers. Answer your question, Janice?
Oh, I should say it does. Why, if anyone is going to be married and be a homemaker, it'd be foolish not to take home ec. But what if I don't get married? What good will all this do me then?
Well, that's something for you to consider, all right. You may not get married. Not right away, at least. You probably will go on to college first and then maybe even work for a while. If you do have an opportunity to go on to college, you'll be able to continue your home ec training on a higher level. The home ec courses you've taken in high school will provide a good foundation for the more advanced work in college.
Just look at those stars. You almost feel as if you could touch them. Do you suppose we ever will?
Will what?
Oh, reach the planet, the moon, space travel.
No doubt about it. Oh, maybe it'd be a long time before we reach the planets. They're pretty far away. But a space station first, and from there, on out to the moon. That's on the way, and maybe quicker than we think.
Why, Dad, you're the last person on Earth I'd expect to believe that.
Well,
Why, Betty, your father's not entirely lacking in imagination.
That's what I mean. Imagination, science fiction stuff. Dad's always been one for the facts.
Well, I know one thing. If they do build a space station in my lifetime, or send a ship to the moon, I'm going to be ready to go. I'm going to have my name on the waiting list.
are you?
Gonna go? Sure.
No. I mean, are you going to be ready? What courses are you taking next year?
Oh, my schedule's already made out. In the 9th grade, you have to take mathematics and English and history.
No science?
Well, I had my choice of taking general science this year or next, but I put it off a year.
Then you put your trip off a year.
How come? What's the matter with you, Betty?
I was just trying to imagine the look on Mr. Bristow's face if he thought somebody had enrolled in general science just to get ready to go to the moon.
We are getting a little off the beam, aren't we?
But along with the blessings of a scientific age, you will shoulder new and great responsibilities. You will have to learn all you can about today's technology so that you can do your share of the world's work. So that you can encourage research. So that you can heal the sick. So that you can build the bridges and buildings and highways of tomorrow. So that you can teach, inspire, and encourage those who come after you. The fields of agriculture, of electrical and chemical engineering, astronomy, pharmacy, radiology, nursing, dietetics, all these and more require a basic knowledge of science. Some of you may be statesmen who must understand the impact and implications of science on society. You may well decide whether mankind is bettered or destroyed by the products of science.
Well, I've had my year of general science, and I see no reason why I should take another course next year when I'm a senior. I don't want to be a scientist.
She just wants to hook some guy.
All right, so I want to get married and have a family. Is there anything wrong with that?
Nothing, except your idea that you'll never need science to keep house.
Sure. And who has the big share in keeping us healthy? Your mother. Planning nutritious meals for us, taking care of you when you were babies. Suppose you don't find the right man right away. Many worthwhile careers for women. Physical therapy, nursing, medical and dental laboratory technicians. You have to have some knowledge of science in order to get one of those jobs.
So you see, women need to know as much about science as some men do.